So welcome back to the channel. In this video, taking a look at Chiliz with a big Q4 ahead. Going to go through the reasons why this is such and why I think this is a good coin with upside potential here going into the latter stages of this year, most notably due to the World Cup. And if you don't know about Chiliz, this is essentially the fan token blockchain, referencing a load of different sports during this video here. But obviously football with the World Cup is one of the mainstays and one of the main reasons why this one is probably a good trade right now. So just looking at it, 47th rank in total by CoinGecko and just over $1 billion in market cap right now. Quite a lot of the tokens have hit the circulation point. All of the team tokens, early and stage investor tokens will actually be fully emitted by January of 2023 as well. So you're just onto community incentives after that point. So not a bad time to get involved with this one, as it should be going through some key network effect growth in the not too distant future. So if you just go onto CoinGecko and you just filter down by the top sports coins, so this is essentially the fan token kind of subcategory here, and on the top we can see Flow blockchain. But the majority of these tokens within this category come under the Chiliz fan tokens. So this is the chain that has onboarded all of these football tokens, the likes of PSG, Man City, and the list goes on. And they've recently started to add some actual nations as well. So going into the World Cup, the Argentine Football Association fan token down here. So the majority of this category is made up of Chiliz based fan tokens. And if you can see them over here, you just click into them. You have Socios.com and Chiliz as the explorer. So this is the network they're running on top of. Not all of these tokens will be under Chiliz, but quite a good majority of these are. So slowly but surely, Chiliz is establishing itself as the go-to sports fan token, primarily in football at this moment in time, but they have expanded the NBA, NFL, they're going for ice hockey, esports, and plenty more. So a huge scope for this one. Sports, of course, being worth billions of dollars, many of the clubs themselves worth billion-dollar franchise plus, and this is all about bridging that gap between fans and the teams. So essentially the Chiliz main product right now is Socios.com. This is both on web but mainly through the app. So the app is where you want to be downloading and getting involved, claim your team. Say you're, for example, an AS Roma fan, and then you can join with other fans on these various different features. So this is a rather popular app, and I expect this one to have quite a lot of growth. But let's have a little look at what you can do on the app. So there's a marketplace where you can buy and sell the fan tokens. But more than that, you can do things like earn badges, gain loyalty, make predictions on the scores, make predictions on the lineups, play games with other fans, essentially earning rewards, getting XP points and boosting your rankings. The higher you rank, the better the giveaways that you could be entitled to. This could be from things like getting some free merchandise or getting some box seats for your favorite sports team. So as they say over here, fan rewards. So being a mobile app, this is, positioned nicely to get great network effects when lots of people get involved. We know how tribal the likes of sports are, and so if you've got people trying to claim higher rank than each other, you get that kind of gamification. If you can get a load of high ranking teams involved, they've got partnerships with Juventus, Barcelona, for example, I think this really could take off, and it's really starting to be honest with you. And I think as we have these big moments like a FIFA World Cup, if they can onboard a load of new participants on the network, this could be very sticky if people enjoy it, and I'm sure they will enjoy the experience. It is a very good app. So Socios.com, this is the main website and application. But what are they building towards here in Q4? Well, the Chiliz testnet is currently live, and they're moving to mainnet, their own chain, by the end of, say, Q3, start of Q4. So I think it may coincide with the World Cup here, which is around November through to December of 2022. So currently on testnet, they're going to migrate to their own full chain here. This means Chiliz, the token itself, will be front and center in that ecosystem. It's going to be its own blockchain, and of course, CHZ will therefore be the gas of this network. And any fan tokens built on top, as they're executing smart contracts on the Chiliz network, fees are going to start really accruing. So you can see the kind of network effect there. As we saw, there's loads of teams already launched on here with many more planned and in the pipeline. So just think of it as the number of dApps being built on top of your favorite Alt L1. This in its own right is another Alt L1, but a blockchain specific for fans, entertainment, that kind of thing. So as they say within this, CC2, as they're dubbing the chain, is the protocol foundation of a Web3 development ecosystem where stakeholders from the sports and entertainment industries are able to build Web3 experiences within a secure network effect driven community. So they want to obviously optimize for gas fees by going on their own chain, not being based on ETH like they were previously. They can have governance structures and, the kind of structure that just enables others to build on top of them very easy. They want to have builders come onto their network, make new dApps, create new games, that kind of stuff. So let's just roll down here. As they say, Socios.com was never meant to be the sole product to sit on top of the Chiliz blockchain, and Chiliz token was never meant to be solely a medium of exchange. The value of both will become a lot more deeper. So one, they want more developers to come. Two, they want to transition Chiliz away from just being, the in-app currency, but make it part of all key verticals and allow it to unlock a whole new list of utilities. And they're going to be adopting a proof of stake authority model. This means staking will be coming once this goes live as well. And as we know, retail participants love a good staking model. So currently they're looking for developers to come to build apps, DeFi products, NFTs, metaverses, play and earn games, and much, much more. So this really is a budding ecosystem. Now, one of the things you may or may not be aware of is the Chiliz exchange. This is where they've paired Chiliz tokens with the fan tokens such as PSG, Arsenal Football Club, AS Roma, etc., etc. Now this is really intriguing to me. There's some really good trading opportunities to actually trade up your Chiliz bags, as this is the main pair against these various fan tokens. They typically sell off at the end of a season, and then during a pre-season for the football, which is around July time, they pick back up in value once again. So some fairly easy trades have been noticed over the last couple of years here. And going into the World Cup, for example, we have the Argentinian national fan token here, and as you can see, it's in a very nice bullish posturing going into the World Cup. I expect this one just continues to make new all-time highs going into that. It has the perfect catalyst behind it. And of course, to mention the token utility here, Chiliz being a trading pair against all these fan tokens. Fans who are previously probably not exposed that much to the blockchain are now going to be utilizing these to buy their favorite fan tokens, and they'll be buying them with the currency Chiliz. So I think this is a really, really cool blockchain, and one that is really leading the race here in the fan and entertainment sector of the market. Here is the Explorer Chiliz.com. As you can see currently, bear in mind this is still on testnet, not mainnet fully live. 1.6 million wallet addresses. I don't think there's many ecosystems, maybe just ETH that has more than 1.6 million wallet addresses right now. And so as you can see, if you compared it on this kind of metric versus other layer 1 protocols, it's going to be leaps and bounds ahead in terms of the numbers of users. So network effects, more clubs coming online, more nations and their fan tokens coming online. I think this looks like it really will boom into the end of the year with the World Cup and beyond as well. Let's just check in with their Medium to see what's been going on. Immortals to launch the first ever US esports fan token on Socios.com. So one of the first of its kind here, esports really being tapped into. They had a partnership as well with a Brazilian esports team here on the left. Ticker MIBR. This one is launching rather soon. They're also the official partner of the Ballon d'Or. They sponsor Lionel Messi. They have other sponsorships with like Alessandro Del Piero if you're a European football fan. And essentially they're just putting all the right puzzle pieces in place here to really make a very big play in this new fan economy world. So check out all these announcements in your own time. Very impressive stuff. Here is Alexandre Dreyfus, who is the CEO here of Chiliz. As he says, fan tokens powered by Chiliz blockchain are coming to OKX step by step, block by block. OKX is currently having a bit of a fan token kickoff, as they called it, where you can vote for your favorite fan token, for example, Portugal or Argentina, PSG or Atletico Madrid. And then one of these in each of these rounds will be listed to OKX. So these fan tokens are definitely going to gain some more traction here. Very interesting to see. And there's also currently a push for the US market here as well, as they're releasing NFL check-ins within the app for US customers. So I think it's week 2 of the NFL right now. If they can make a play into the NFL and really try and crack that market, again, a massive, massive market that is potentially there for the taking. Now, in terms of getting involved with some of these fan tokens before they hit the market, I'm seeing quite a lot of like kind of launch pads and partnerships with the likes of Binance, Bybit, and of course in-app on the Socios app as well. You can actually stake some Chiliz tokens and try and enter a raffle to get some of these early stage tokens before they launch. Typically they mark up very, very quickly. Let's just look at this. So this one, for example, the Argentinian one would have launched at a price of around $8 and then spiked all the way up to like $40. Here's the Barcelona one. They typically have a very nice launch straight out the gate, which obviously is very beneficial for those who get involved early. So eyes on the prize here for the likes of Binance for these launches, Bybit as well. I'll leave a link down below because I think Bybit are partnering with them here, which is going to be interesting. And if you can get involved with national team fan tokens just before the World Cup, because not many are actually live yet, well, I think those ones really could do very, very well. So World Cup 2022 is coming November through to December of this year. This is the price chart of Chiliz versus some big sporting occasions here. I think the FIFA World Cup will be one of the big drivers here. And even though we might have increased interest rates, we might have global recession looming, the World Cup is still going ahead, and these fan tokens really are going to get their first day in the sun here with this event. So nothing's going to hold this one back, I don't think, as it's simply a numbers game. If people are going to get involved with this app, start buying up Chiliz for the various benefits within the ecosystem, there's going to be a lot of demand for the token. So as long as they put their P's and Q's in place during the World Cup and this lead up here, which I think they're doing, they should have a very, very good Q4. So let me know down below, is this the layer 1 chain that has all the right ingredients to really make a push in Q4 of 2022 with the World Cup looming and this potentially being the biggest beneficiary to that event? Millions of eyeballs, millions of fans across the globe going to be tuning in for this one. So drop me a comment down below. Is Chiliz going to be higher in November and December than it is right now? Let's get your bets in down below, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I will see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Goodbye.